Let's dive right in. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're unpacking the definitive roadmap for securing a seriously profitable remote freelancing career by 2026. Look, this isn't just theoretical fluff we pulled out of thin air. We're drawing directly from the playbook of a top-rated plus Upwork freelancer. A guy who has crushed over 3,000 projects, scaled 2 different agencies, and successfully moved his whole operation from Bangladesh to London in just 5 years. We are breaking down the exact updated strategies you need to actually survive this massive shift happening in organic marketing right now.
I've got to hit you with a hard truth right out of the gate. If your business is only optimized for traditional Google search, you are already losing 40% of your potential US customers. Literally, 40%. Why? Because by 2026, people aren't just Googling things anymore. They are directly asking ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity for their answers.
So, to make sure you survive and actually thrive in this landscape, here's our game plan. We'll look at the new AI search era, how to master technical local SEO, blending AI content with that crucial human touch, building your personal branding funnel, and finally, the actual 2026 success roadmap.
All right, kicking things off with the new AI search era. We have to completely rewire our mindset here. The basic psychology of search is the same, but the tech? It's a whole new world. We have got to move away from old-school link-building tactics and start directly feeding the massive AI engines that people are actually using today.
First up is AEO, or Answer Engine Optimization. You absolutely have to master this. The goal is to make sure your client's business is the direct, undeniable answer to a user's query. When someone asks their smart device a question, your content needs to be structured so perfectly that the AI literally reads it out as the definitive answer.
Next, we've got Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO. This one is all about the frameworks. It's essentially structuring your data so flawlessly that AI generative models just naturally prioritize your information when they're putting together their responses. You are quite literally learning to speak the AI's language.
And then, crucially, there's Large Language Model, or LLM Optimization. This is what guarantees that when a CEO asks ChatGPT for a B2B software recommendation, your client is the one that pops up. Honestly, if you aren't using AEO, GEO, and LLM optimization, your brand simply doesn't exist to AI. But if you possess these 3 skills, you become an absolute powerhouse for any business owner.
Okay, moving to mastering technical local SEO. The big theme here is architecture over ego. To actually rank on these massive new platforms, you must stop chasing what we call ego keywords. You know the ones. Massive search volume, look amazing on a vanity report, but bring in 0 actual dollars.
Instead of those empty vanity metrics, you need to start winning with keyword psychology. This means targeting highly specific, urgent local pain points. Think along the lines of emergency locksmith near me. Those are the high-converting queries that massive, bloated corporations are just too slow to catch. That's your goldmine.
So where do you actually apply this? Well, if you direct your focus exclusively toward 3 core industries, SaaS, e-commerce, and local SEO, you're going to have the technical flexibility to rank almost any modern business. The underlying logic is the same. You just pivot your brainstorming strategy depending on the sector.
But listen, here is the major roadblock where most people trip up. Most US-based startups fail their first year of SEO because they have a technical SEO problem. It is the absolute foundation. If your site architecture doesn't satisfy the latest crawling and indexing mechanisms, Google will never trust your SaaS platform or your e-commerce store. You've got to build the house on a solid technical foundation before you try to decorate it. All right, let's transition into AI content with a human touch, which is honestly the true ranking factor right now. There's a huge misconception here. Slapping raw, unedited AI text onto a page is a guaranteed way to fail in 2026. Literally anyone can do it, which means it holds 0 unique value.
The real magic? It happens in step 2. Organic marketing in 2026 isn't just about generating text with AI. It's the human touch optimization with tools like ChatGPT and Perplexity that makes your content rank. You generate the draft, sure, but then you inject human empathy, proper formatting, and rigorous fact-checking before you index it. That workflow right there is what actually generates real revenue for your clients.
Moving into your personal branding funnel, you could have all these advanced technical skills, the AEO, the technical SEO, the human touch content, but it's completely useless if you can't sell it, right? So let's talk about becoming a magnet for clients.
In the 2026 remote job market, your personal brand on platforms like LinkedIn and Upwork is your true resume. You need to establish an authoritative, expert presence across these specific channels. When someone hears your name, you want them to immediately think, oh yeah, that's the organic marketing master.
You have to stop applying for jobs. Seriously, stop begging for work in a sea of identical proposals. Instead, you need to start creating an inbound funnel where clients naturally find you because you are the recognized, highly visible expert in this new marketing landscape. Which brings us to our final piece, the 2026 Success Roadmap. Let's ground all of this in reality. How do we actually execute this? What does it truly take to achieve this level of financial and professional independence?
$300 to $500. This is a very achievable baseline starting out. It's not some crazy get-rich-quick number. By mastering these specialized strategies, generating a baseline of $300 to $500 monthly for yourself, while driving $300 to $500 in daily revenue for your clients is completely within your reach.
But, and this is a big but, reaching that income requires a strict, grueling 4 to 6 month commitment. Month 1 is all about fundamentals and tech architecture. Month 2 is mastering AO and LLMs. Month 3 is dialing in those AI content workflows, and then months 4 through 6 are all about launching your branding funnel. We're talking 3 to 4 hours a day of focused learning and practical application.
And here is the harsh reality that nobody on the internet wants to talk about. A massive 80% of people will lose their motivation and quit within just 3 to 4 days. They get a quick burst of motivation, watch a few videos, and then completely abandon it. And you know what that does? It leaves all the money on the table for the dedicated 20%.
So here's where the rubber meets the road. You hold the keys to a highly lucrative remote career, but it takes relentless consistency over the next 6 months. The final question you have to ask yourself today is this. Are you going to let your career stagnate with the 80% who give up, or will you commit right now to dominating the 2026 landscape with the 20% who actually succeed? The choice is entirely yours.